you're going to be looking at more than $8 billion in revenue next year.
What's interesting is we have high expectations for fiscal 25, but we also expect sequential growth in fiscal 26.
But look, it's the next installment of the biggest entertainment property ever. GTA 6 gonna launch in 2025. Look, in 2013, GTA 5, that's the current game, racked up $800 million in sales in its first 24 hours.
We've been working on this pipeline for a long time, and we have a pretty good ability to predict the performance of new iterations of existing franchises.
Like Grand Theft Auto?
So we have
Rockstar was founded with a mission statement that video games were the next mass-market entertainment medium, that they were uniquely interesting and powerful, and that we, as a company, would serve two masters to prove this fact, combining the production values of movies with an obsession with gameplay above all else.
Alright, now that my sick-ass intro is out of the way, we're going to be talking about the history of Rockstar Games. All the way from when they were a tiny UK studio to when they started milking GTA 5 for like a decade, all the way to their next project, GTA 6, that they'll probably also milk for like 15 years or something. But in order to tell the whole story, we'll need to go back to the grand year of 1997. Now, this was the beginning of a little something I like to call destiny, because the first Grand Theft Auto was published in November. This thing was originally titled Race and Chase, which sounds a little like something EA would have made. However, GTA 1 was not published by Rockstar Games, but by a gaming company called DMA Design. DMA Design was founded in 1988 by a man named David Jones, and they were owned by a larger company called BMG Interactive. Don't worry, you don't have to remember all of these names. At least we better not, because I definitely won't. Throughout 1998, business was booming. GTA 1 was a financial success and sold a good 3 million copies despite a mix of positive and negative reviews. Gaming publisher Take-Two Interactive caught sight of the potential of this and was like, damn, we gotta buy this. When they bought BMG Interactive, Take-Two naturally acquired DMA Design. But before we move on, there are two absolute chads that you need to know about, Sam and Dan Houser. These two brothers originally worked at DMA Design before the acquisition and were kept on after it because they did such a good job. With Take-Two behind them, both founded Rockstar Games alongside Terry Donovan, Gary Foreman, and Jamie King later that year in December. In 1999, Rockstar Games published GTA 2, which performed slightly worse than the first installment, selling just 2 million copies. A bunch of losers. They published 7 other games too, but because I value every single viewer's time, I'll just throw them up on screen right now. Also in 1999, Rockstar Games partnered with a studio called Angel Studios, and together they created the Midnight Club and Smuggler's Run game series that would both be released the following year. In 2000, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think much happened, but Rockstar did release some smaller to medium-sized games such as Austin Powers, Wild Metal, Midnight Club, Smuggler's Run, and a surfing game called Surfing H3O. Just 2 years after the last entry, Grand Theft Auto 3 was released and was a major staple point for the franchise. Instead of the lame top-down view that the first two games had, GTA 3 featured 3D third-person gameplay. GTA 3 ended up selling over 14.5 million copies by 2008, a massive improvement from GTA 2's 2 million copies. Max Payne was also released this year for consoles. The game made enough money, so they ended up making 2 more of these. In November 2002, Rockstar actually acquired Angel Studios and renamed them to Rockstar San Diego. This acquisition also gained them a new asset known as the Rage Engine. Now, this is a pretty big deal, because they've used this game engine to develop all future Rockstar titles going forward. Also this year, Grand Theft Auto Vice City was released in October, which sold over 14 million copies. In 2003, Rockstar threw out 3 new games, Midnight Club 2, Manhunt, and Max Payne 2. GTA Vice City was also ported to PC a year after its launch on consoles. Now, one lovely thing to note about Rockstar is that they have some sort of sick, twisted, horrible attraction to consoles, always releasing games to those first, and then giving PC players their starved attention. It's not fair, damn it. Now, being the secretive little bastards they love being, Rockstar's never explicitly stated why this is, but there are speculations about them double-dipping sales this way, or maybe optimization for PC is more challenging than for consoles. Listen, I don't know. These theories are all reasonable, but for me, my headcanon is that they just hate PC players. In 2004, Rockstar released GTA San Andreas for PlayStation. As of 2008, it had sold over 17.5 million copies, around 3 million more than its predecessor. This year was also the first year the gaming BAFTAs were held, in which GTA Vice City won Best Sound, Best Design, Best Action Game, and Best Animation/Intro. GTA San Andreas was also named one of the top 10 games of the year by IGN. San Andreas was also a pop culture hit, spawning one of the biggest GTA memes. Wait, that's not the right one. Oh, here we go.
Oh shit, here we go again.
In 2005, GTA San Andreas released for PC and Xbox. By this point, it was absolutely clear that the Grand Theft Auto series was an infinite money glitch for Rockstar. They also released The Warriors. A pretty big controversy broke out this year as well. As games get more popular, people are gonna poke through the game's code to find unused assets. Well, in 2005, they definitely found things in San Andreas. This unused content, dubbed Hot Coffee, featured very sexual interactions. I'm not gonna permanently blacklist my channel explaining it, so if you really wanna know, look it up yourself. Now, even though it wasn't really part of the game, the fact that it was in the game's code led to the peeps at ESRB re-rating the game from mature to adults only, forcing many of the retailers to pull the game from their shelves. This was reverted when Rockstar released a patch that completely removed the content from the game. Lastly, Rockstar established Rockstar Japan to further their reach in foreign markets. In 2006, Bully was released. Also released this year, and arguably the most well-known Rockstar title possibly ever, table tennis. Okay, so that was something I like to call a joke, and I guarantee 99% of you didn't know they made this. But the reason they did make it was because they wanted to show off the physics side of their Rage game engine. And what better way to do that than a table tennis game? At E3, God rest their soul, Microsoft executive Peter Moore revealed the much-anticipated Grand Theft Auto 4. Now watch this. The guy then rolls up his sleeve to reveal a generously sized GTA 4 tattoo on his upper arm. Yeah, so moving on from that permanent mistake, Rockstar London was also established this year, along with the announcement of LA Noire. 4 years after the original, Manhunt 2 was released, and Midnight Club Los Angeles was announced. Also this year, a guy named Gary Dale became COO at Rockstar. Gary wasn't completely new, as back in 1994 he was president at BMG Interactive. 2008 was another massive year with the release of Grand Theft Auto 4 in April. This was first released on consoles and was later ported to PC in December. This game broke so many records, including being deemed the most successful entertainment launch of all time by the Guinness World Records. It sold 3.5 million copies on its first day and reached 6 million within its first week. Midnight Club San Andreas was released 1 year after its announcement, and Bully got a scholarship edition as well, 2 years after its release. Lots of game releases and news and whatnot happened in 2009, starting with GTA 4's first expansion, The Lost and Damned, released in February. In March, GTA Chinatown Wars was released for the Nintendo DS and won the Best Handheld Game Award at the VGX Spike Game Awards. In June, Agent, which was a stealth action game, was announced. This game was quietly cancelled by Rockstar after they probably realized that just milking their upcoming GTA 5 title would have them set for the next decade. In September, Rockstar released Beaterator, a music mixer that was eventually released to both PlayStation and iOS. Lastly, the year ended with one last expansion for GTA 4 called The Ballad of Gay Tony. In 2010, Rockstar realized that they can just make a cowboy version of GTA and still make bag, so they released Red Dead Redemption. This open-world western received exceptional response from both fans and critics, and as of 2015, the game had sold around 15 million copies. It won 4 major awards at the VGX Game Awards, including Game of the Year. Red Dead is said to have had 5 years of total development time, showing that Rockstar was really going for a quality over quantity approach. 5 whole years after its announcement, LA Noire was released in May 2011. The game featured new facial animation technologies, such as motion capture, and was overall a decently successful game. On October 25th, 2011, Rockstar decided it was time to make $1 billion again, and announced the Grand Theft Auto 5, releasing a trailer shortly after on November 2nd. Little did fans know at the time, but this would be the last main installment to the franchise in over 13 years. After 9 years since the last installment, Max Payne 3 was released with solid success. By May of the following year, it had sold 4 million copies and was praised for its story, mechanics, and innovation. In November, the Rockstar Games Collection Edition 1 was released for consoles, and featured 4 popular games: Red Dead Redemption, GTA Episodes from Liberty City, LA Noire, and Midnight Club Los Angeles, all for only 60 clams. 2013 was one of the biggest years for Rockstar, with the release of GTA 5 in September for consoles. Now, it can go without saying how much of a success this monster was when it was released, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Within its first day, the game sold over 11 million copies, compared to GTA 4's 3.5 million. Jumping forward a little bit to March 2024, the game had sold over 200 million copies, making it the second highest selling game of all time, only behind that one block game. Like most Rockstar titles, you better believe this one received awards. You're not gonna catch me reading through all of them because I eventually want to start a family, but the game has 163 Game of the Year awards to its name. GTA 5 also set a new record for the fastest selling entertainment product ever, amassing $1 more billion within its first 3 days. Just a few weeks later, Rockstar added an online mode for GTA 5. Despite its rocky start, this was probably one of the best additions Rockstar could have made, as the online mode has been a consistent cash cow for them for over a decade now, and honestly is probably part of the reason we don't have GTA 6 yet. 2014 comes in and GTA 5 has now sold 33 million total copies. Also, Rockstar moved up a console generation and re-released a GTA 5 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This re-release brought in better graphics and introduced first-person mode for the first time in the franchise. Finally, a PC port was announced for the following year. In March, Rockstar received the BAFTA Fellowship Award for their amazing impact on the gaming industry. Despite staying out of the spotlight and public eye for the most part, the Hauser brothers, along with the president of Rockstar North and the art director for Grand Theft Auto, accepted this award on behalf of the company. You actually saw a quote from this at the beginning of the video, actually. April of 2015 saw the release of GTA 5 on PC, and with it better graphics, resolutions, and the Rockstar editor that could be used to create and share videos. That's pretty much it for this year, though. After seeing how much money the first one made, Rockstar Games announced Red Dead Redemption 2 in 2016, scheduling the game for a fall 2017 release. Rockstar also received the Yoon Legend Award for its contributions to the gaming industry. Leslie Benzies, Rockstar's president who had worked there since 1999, was kind of forced out of the company this year, resulting in some drama and him suing Take-Two Interactive for $150 million because of unpaid royalties and wrongful termination. Now, he ended up losing most of his claims, but he did still walk away with some of his owed money. Now, I'm not sure what kind of royalties this guy had to justify asking for $150 million, but I've just had a sudden urge to get fired from Rockstar myself. In 2017, 6 years after its original debut, LA Noire was released for the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One with better graphics. However, I'm not sure how much better the graphics could be for the Switch to run it, but oh well. At the 2017 Game Awards, GTA Online was nominated for Best Ongoing Game, but sadly lost to... oh my god. No. Rockstar's never been too happy about players modding their games, and this year, Take-Two received backlash for trying to shut down a popular modding tool the community used for GTA Online, called OpenIV, saying that the mod could allow players to circumvent certain security measures. Now, this caused a lot of people to get pretty pissed off, and a petition was started which gained 75,000 signatures. This quickly changed Take-Two's mind and allowed the mod to persist as long as it didn't affect the online portion of GTA 5 and only modified the single-player campaign. Originally planned for a fall 2017 release, Red Dead Redemption 2 debuted to great commercial success after 2 delays, earning over $700 million in its opening weekend. Just like GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2 was nominated for and earned dozens of awards, including Best Narrative, Best Score, Best Audio, and Best Performance. Rockstar acquired Druva Interactive, an Indian art studio, in May 2019 for $7.9 million. Also in May, Red Dead Online was released. Rockstar was probably hoping for Red Dead Online to take off like GTA 5's Online did, but just because single-player GTA Cowboys work doesn't mean multiplayer GTA Cowboys do. In September, Rockstar unified all of their PC games into their own cohesive Rockstar Games launcher. Sadly, workplace conditions at Rockstar Games weren't great at this time, with reports of discrimination, bad crunch time on development, and harassment. And so this year, Rockstar made efforts to improve these conditions. They also offered contractors full-time positions and gave employees more flexible hours. Not much happened in 2020, partly due to COVID. One big release that did happen though was a substantial heist update to GTA Online, the Cayo Perico update. This featured the first time players traveled outside of San Andreas and into new land to partake in a heist. One other major event that happened was the departure of Dan Houser from Rockstar. Despite his brother still there, Dan's absence sparked worry among fans about how this could impact the company. Rockstar had a bit of a hiccup in 2021 when they decided to release Grand Theft Auto: The Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, in November. That is a horrible name. Anyways, this remaster of former GTA titles included GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas. These remasters were primarily developed by a studio known as Grove Street Games. They released in a bad state to say the least, and included bugs, missing features such as songs and cheat codes, and overall removing the unique atmosphere these games had before their remaster. What made things even worse was that Rockstar had this bright idea to remove the original versions of these games from their stores completely, so people had to buy these half-baked versions instead. Rockstar quickly apologized and stated that the games, quote, did not launch in a state that meets our own standards of quality or the standards our fans have come to expect, as if they didn't know what the games looked like before they shoved them out. Several updates have been made to fix the issues, but this event definitely hurt Rockstar's reputation. Another bumpy start for Rockstar in 2022 when they released their GTA Plus membership. Despite this new offer probably making lots and lots of money for this small indie studio, most of the community was not happy with them adding a subscription model to GTA Online. The backlash didn't outweigh the revenue, and most people kind of just didn't care after a week. In February, Rockstar would make one of the biggest announcements yet, which was confirmation that the next Grand Theft Auto was in development. Speculations and theories about the next installment within the community had already been brewing for years at this point, and so this announcement really got people hyped up. However, later this year, something happened that was kinda crazy. On September 18th, 2022, a user named TipoTuber Hacker posted 90 clips of leaked development footage of Grand Theft Auto 6. Of course, I can't show you the leaks, or else my life would be in danger, but these videos showed a lot of behind-the-scenes footage of what the game would look like, including bits and pieces of the map. This leak was the result of social engineering techniques towards a Rockstar employee to gain access to their Slack account. The hacker was a teenager from the UK and was eventually arrested by the FBI and thrown into a mental hospital indefinitely, showing that Rockstar does not fuck around. Now, as you could probably deduce, Rockstar was not happy about this, like at all. They did, however, acknowledge the authenticity of the leaks a day later, as well as their disappointment, but they did confirm that this would not affect development time. In 2023, Rockstar treated fans with the announcement and release of the first Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer in December. The trailer broke the record for the most viewed game trailer in a 24-hour period, gaining 150 million views. It's worth mentioning that less than 24 hours before its scheduled premiere on YouTube, the trailer did leak online, forcing Rockstar to officially release it a bit early. Now, Rockstar hasn't had too many crazy leaks for a company as big as them, so seeing two major GTA 6 leaks happen like this was a little worrying at the time. Rockstar also purchased CFX.RE, the creators behind 5M, which was a third-party mod for GTA Online that offered players a unique role-playing experience the base game couldn't offer. Many were surprised by this acquisition, as Rockstar usually shuts these types of things down rather than straight up buy them. This acquisition probably means that role-playing servers could potentially be a major part of GTA 6's online version. In 2024, the first Red Dead Redemption was finally ported to PC, around 5,110 days after its console release. I have no idea why they waited 14 years for this, but at least it happened. It was around this point where fans were getting anxious about a second trailer for GTA 6 as well, sparking many ridiculous theories online as to when Rockstar would release it. People were talking about moon cycles, the month of October, and the number 27. All of these turned out to be false despite the evidence the community found in support of them. That brings us to 2025, the targeted release year for the most anticipated gaming project of all time, GTA 6. Now, that sentence right there really says a lot about a company. Many fans speculated a delay to 2026, while others remain confident that Rockstar can maintain the window. One final thing to add to 2025 is in January, Rockstar shut down a popular GTA Online mod, which was released around a month prior, that allowed players to travel to a remastered version of Liberty City, which was the main location in GTA 4. This happened very recently as I'm researching this, but right now this decision has caused tremendous outrage among the community. Shown on screen now is a timeline I've made of all of Rockstar's games that are displayed on their website, as well as some of the major events that have happened in those years. Rockstar is a company with a lot of history, and although I try to include everything I can, some info probably slipped through the cracks of my research process. If I missed anything you know, let me know in the comments. This video took ages to make, and I'm now one liver short, so if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe.